We're so excited to be talking to Josh Turner. And Josh, I got to admit, I was hoping you were going to answer the phone saying we were going to lock the door and turn the lights down low. Good morning, Josh. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing really, really good. Thank you for taking the time. We're so excited to have you coming to the Ledge Amphitheater this Thursday with Tracy Lawrence. Now you guys have a few shows together under your belt. How's it been going so far?
Yeah, it's always fun to share the stage with somebody like Tracy. Not to make him feel old, but I grew up listening to him, especially when I was in high school. And he's had a lot of hits and great singer, and it's been very consistent throughout the years. I love how he's conducted his career, so it's an honor to share the stage with him.
Well, we are just so incredibly excited to have 90s country, 2000s country hitting the stage. It's going to be a dynamite show this Thursday. You're going to be performing at the Ledge Amphitheater. It's a hidden gem. It's nestled in a rock quarry. You've got granite, you've got water. Do you find performing in nature different than other places?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I actually just performed in the caverns in Tennessee a few months ago, and that was pretty wild. That was the first time I'd ever played underground. So
Wow.
That was kind of wild. And we didn't even need air conditioning, as you can imagine. But yeah, it's crazy. I've played so many different places, and I just feel like, I've been doing this for over 2 decades now, and I still end up playing places that I never thought I would ever play. It's just crazy how I haven't hit it all yet, and I don't think I ever will. But yeah, playing outside is always fun. I grew up hunting and fishing, so I love being outside. So that's I'm no stranger to that. But yeah, it always sounds different outside, and like I say, the fans can kind of let loose and have fun.
So how did those caverns handle your bone-shaking baritone?
Oh, it was like I say, it was quite the experience. It was a good 20 degrees cooler down there from where we were up top, and I didn't know how it was going to be, but it sounded great. The fans loved it. It's a really cool venue.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. And there's not a bad seat in the house when you're playing outdoors like that. It's a great experience for the fans, but I feel like as well for the performers too. It's just this electric energy that you don't really get anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of, when you're playing inside, people are just kind of in assigned seats or whatever, and outside, like I say, people they have their elbow room, they can move around, they can dance, whatever. It's a lot more relaxed.
Oh, that's so awesome. And Josh, I got to tell you, I can't believe that it's been 20 years since Your Man has come out.
Yeah.
And
I'm making everybody feel old.
No, you're not. It's because I'm telling you, I just listened to it 3 more times yesterday. It's still as riveting as the first time I heard it 20 years ago.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I love that you remade the music video with your beautiful wife, Jennifer. And it's just so cool to see how that love grew. I was wondering how you were going to do that from Your Man 20 years ago to now. What was that experience like to kind of live that with her?
Yeah, once again, that was something that I don't think had ever really been done. And so it was kind of cool to go back to the same hotel and then just kind of sort of reenact it, but also kind of showing where we are in our life now. And we were FaceTiming our boys, and all the things that had changed, since the song had come out. And so it was really cool to kind of do an updated version of that. And the fact that the song is, still popular, and that we had the opportunity to remake the video, that in and of itself was pretty cool.
Does she melt when she hears that song? Do you sing it to her? I like to picture that. You sing it to her at least once a year, like on your anniversary or something.
I like to picture that too, but that doesn't happen very often.
Oh, that's just so sweet. And does she continue to play music with you? I know you guys have done that.
Yeah, we stay so busy with our boys' schedule and my touring schedule and all that. We don't play together as much as we used to, but yeah, we still, every now and then we'll break out an instrument or two and just kind of do something. But yeah, our boys are still playing a little bit and doing their thing. And
I love that. And thank you so much for setting the example for men out there how romance is done. I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
I want to ask you about Unsung Hero. My grandpa's also served in World War II. They are called the greatest generation. There are only 3% left of the millions that served. What did it mean to you creating that tribute?
Oh, it meant the world to me because I wrote that song like 10 years ago or more now. And I don't know. I never really thought about it being on a record, but this was the last song to be added to this record, and didn't really know how it was going to go. I kind of worked alongside my producer and one of our studio musicians to kind of come up with an arrangement that I felt like was fitting for this song, and we came up with something great. And to be able to, for me to tell my granddaddy's story in this way has been just, it's just been such a gift, to be able to tell his story, because he never told his story to me. I don't know how many people he even told his story to, because he just never talked about it. And I was too young, to even know what questions to ask him when he was living. And so after he had passed and I grew up some and started, having all these questions in my mind, I kind of put on my investigator hat and started doing some digging, and the things that I found were just unbelievable. And I came to realize that he's an American hero, and I never knew it. And so I sat down, I wrote the song, and then all these years later, I'm recording it and playing it on the Today Show on Veterans Day. I'm making a video for it. I'm playing it on the lawn of the Capitol on July 4th on PBS. I mean, playing it all over the country, and just I think it relates to a lot of different people. People know a lot of people like that, and so it's been very cool for me to be able to do that.
Oh, what an honor. Have you been to Arlington National Cemetery?
I have.
Oh, wow. I'm just picturing that song rolling out from the Capitol and going over all of those hills and fields, because there's the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier that's out there. There's so many others out there. We don't know each of their stories, but they all mattered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, it wasn't just World War II. There's so many soldiers from different eras that are just like my granddaddy. They come home. They just want to live a normal life. They want to be left alone, and they don't want any praise or accolades or anything. And they just they kind of keep quiet, keep it to themselves, and so they've made huge sacrifices on our behalf, and for me to be able to sing a song to honor them and pay tribute to them is like I say, that's a gift.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Josh, for that. I want to talk about your boys a little bit. I loved my siblings. You had 2 siblings, right, growing up?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. I had 3. We all my parents' gray hair very early on. We drove them nuts, but they always taught us to love each other, have each other's backs. Now, as much as we tormented each other, we did have each other's backs. We still do. Do you kind of have some stories of that, like with your boys?
Oh yeah, yeah. They've definitely given me a lot of gray hair, but once again, they're a gift too. I'm so proud of them and how they've handled themselves throughout their lives, and they continue to to make me proud and just blow my mind with the things that they can do and things that they're interested in and things that they've accomplished. It's just it's pretty crazy. And now I have one in college, and 3 behind him, and it's just time flies. I don't know where it goes. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Do you have any funny stories of them kind of banding together if they had gotten into trouble and they were kind of covering each other's backs?
They're not really like that. It's kind of hard to describe. Like they get into trouble, but they're not like conniving, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not out there trying to get in trouble. It's just they're just being boys. So you can imagine.
Oh, I love that. And just watching them grow. And I did love that when you brought them in for the Your Man video that you redid. I love that, where you FaceTimed with them to see all 4 of them sitting on the couch. And then you and your wife turned off the FaceTime. And then, all right, we're going to have some us time. So that's really cool. Josh,
Yep.
thank you so much. I just have one last thing I want to end with. Steppin on the Moon. Another dancing hit. This is such a cool song, new music, and then you got to perform this for astronauts?
Yeah, this song's just kind of crazy. It when I was making the record, my management and label, they were all like, we really want to do a video for one of these songs off this record, and I said, well, Two Steppin' on the Moon is it's got a lot of potential, and I've had a lot of ideas running through my head with this thing, and it's like, what if we actually had a honky tonk that was like actually on the moon, and people were literally two stepping on the moon. And I started throwing out all these other ideas, and so then I had all these country music legends, friends of mine that had hits with moon songs, like Randy Travis, John Anderson, the Gatlin Brothers, Marty Raven from Shenandoah. I'm eating a moon pie in the video. There's somebody on the dance floor doing the moonwalk. I mean, it's just like we kind of went crazy on all that. And, I called up NASA. Yes, I have a NASA contact.
Oh, my gosh.
And so we just kind of went all out with all this stuff. And my video director, he's a space nerd anyway, so he was geeking out. And so we did this video, which was super cool. And then after all that was said and done, NASA invites me down there to Houston to actually perform this song for the astronauts on the International Space Station. So it was like, what else could happen? It's like just crazy.
Oh my gosh. I think the next step would be for them to then take you to the moon, if you had some extra
Yeah.
time. Oh, that is just
Exactly.
wild. I mean, they had to have loved that because they know what that weightless feeling is like and what you're singing and what you're embodying in the song. I mean, they felt that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then, two of the astronauts kind of did a little dance routine up there in the space station and videoed it. And I put that out on my socials. You can find that. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
Oh, that just warms my heart. That is just the coolest thing ever. And Josh, okay, so one of your songs you referenced, you have Two Left Feet, but then you have a lot of songs talking about dancing. So which is it? Are you a good dancer? Are you a good slow dancer?
I can dance, but I don't dance. I don't enjoy it. I was actually in a show years ago where we were required to dance. We had to go through at least 2 weeks worth of choreography and all that. So when my parents and my siblings saw me in that show the first time, like their jaw dropped. They were like, they couldn't believe I was up there doing all that. And I'm not a great dancer, but I'm a good dancer. But like I say, it's just not something I enjoy. So
Maybe something on the moon. Maybe we can save that.
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it so much. Josh Turner coming to the Ledge Amphitheater this Thursday with his friend Tracy Lawrence. Josh, what can we expect next? What else you got coming out?
That's a good question. I'm gonna be, consistently on the road for sure. Beyond that, I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, but yeah, I always got something in the pipeline.
We can't wait. Josh Turner, thank you so very much.
No, thank you.